From Waikanae in New Zealand, welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2354. Today we tackle the realistic expectations for AI content creation. And you're going, hang on, it's not time for your podcast. You would be correct. We are on early today because my parents will be here in about 50 minutes to pick me up. Still got to take a shower and pack. So this is going to be a quick podcast. I'm going to go and stay with them tonight, and Mum and I are going shopping tomorrow. So Dad will probably come along as well and help carry the packages. But he's always good too with opinions. And if you need to find stuff, he somehow can ferret out stuff in places that you wouldn't think of. So we're going to go shopping tomorrow. We're going to go to a craft store. We're going to go to some of the thrift stores as well. I love shopping in thrift stores. So we're going to tackle those as well. So we are on early today so that I can spend time with my parents this afternoon and don't have to go, I got to go do a podcast in the middle of our time together. And tomorrow, you need to be on tomorrow night's podcast at 6 p.m. Pacific, because I have Teresa Ekholm coming on. She is my business partner and also a very great friend of mine. And we have some exciting news to share with you. So I can't wait. It is to do with podcasts, and it is to do with the AI stuff that we've been talking about. But we'll save that for tomorrow night. But tonight we're looking at realistic expectations for AI content. AI is powerful, but it is not magic. It might seem like it's magic at times with some of the stuff it comes up with or the responses you get, but it's not. It's just responding to what you wrote. AI will not replace strategy or trust. No, it will not replace it for you. The content you provide is your strategy, and if you are checking it before it's published, and if you are making corrections and fact checking and all of that, then it's going to help you build trust with the know, like, and trust factor as people get to know you and your knowledge of what it is that you are talking about. But AI will not do it without your strategy or without your trust of verifying details and things. It excels at speed, organization, and consistency. Absolutely. It can help you be consistent as long as you follow the steps. Like I just threw in there this morning, needed to do a standard operating procedure. So I threw that in there, and I was checking it all the time because it come up and, this looks great. But then I'd read through and go, hang on, you forgot about this section. You forgot this, because sometimes it skips over things. It gets so fast it sometimes confuses itself. No, I'm just kidding. But it was very quickly to get those SOPs done very, very quickly, and to be able to get them organized as we wanted them organized, and to make sure everything was in there so that we can have a consistent product that we're putting out. Would we have a consistent product if we had standard SOPs that we'd written ourselves? Absolutely. But here is the thing with that one. I need to plug in. Here's the thing with that. It would take you a lot longer to write the SOPs. Had I not had, I would probably still be working on them for writing the standard operating procedures, unless I had given it to ChatGPT. Like, I just took a photograph of the notes that was in my notebook and said, here, can you create the standing operating procedures out of this? And it went, done. And I went, hang on, you missed this, you missed that. That's not the right, because I had made a correction in my handwriting. And I said, that shouldn't be an 8, it should be a 6, and this should be that, So I helped it decipher my handwriting with that. But it made it so much quicker. And getting things, if you've got a jumble piece of numbers or something, you take a picture of it, you upload it and go, please organize this. The other thing that I have found it helpful for is with genealogy is I can put a handwritten document, take a picture of a handwritten document from like the 1800s, upload it into ChatGPT and go, please transcribe. Will it work perfectly every time? No. But it helps with the speed of getting it transcribed, because some documents will take a long time to transcribe. Ask me how I know. I have done this manually for years. And to be able to upload a document there, so I could please transcribe, and it transcribes it, and you think, and I go and check it against, I always check it against the original, against the photograph that I sent it. Did it transcribe correctly? And there's some things where I wasn't clear on what a certain word was. It comes up with a word. I go back and see, is that the word that was supposed to go there, or was some other word to go there? So constantly checking. But the speed thing, absolutely. Disappointment comes from unrealistic expectations. You have to give yourself realistic expectations. Like we said, AI is not magic. It might seem like it, but it's not. It's just based off the information that you feed it and the information that it will find out by going and researching and everything else. You can put it into research mode, and some of the AI systems are very good at research, and others are okay, but not as good as those that basically dedicate themselves to research. And so you got to expect they might turn around and say, oh, we'll go and create this document, and they give you all these steps to do all the business. But when you actually get in there and start working those steps, there's a lot more work involved than what you anticipated. So when you're working on the step-by-step instructions, allow yourself extra time to do those steps. It could be showing you how to do build something in Canva, for example. It takes time. It is not so like, oh, I just click here, click here, click here. No, because sometimes you got to go look for the clicks, and sometimes you can't find the place to click. So you take a screenshot of it, I hand it to ChatGPT and go, this is what the screen I'm looking at. Oh, yes, Helen, you are so right. They've had an upgrade that I haven't updated my system. So here's what you need to do. You need to go here and do this, this, and this. So there is a lot of, at first there was a lot of disappointment because it was sort of like, it's supposed to be easy. Yes, but it depends on where it goes and gets its information from as well. So disappointment comes from unrealistic expectations, because you think it's going to be, oh, it's going to give me all these steps. I can just go, and I'm done. Yes. Sometimes you can. Sometimes it takes a little bit of going backwards and forwards with saying, hey, this doesn't look like you told me it looks like, and sending it a current thing. And there's one time it should have taken me like 30 minutes to do this one task. It took me an hour and a half because I was having to constantly update ChatGPT and going, this is what the screen looks like. Where is what it is, whatever it is that you're mentioning. So there are times like that. And then ChatGPT will tell you, oh, yes, we can help you with this. We can help you with that. But when it comes to reality, they can't on some things. They are getting better. Like I will tell you, the image creation thing it's like blowing me out of the water right now. When you see my my blogs posted, that's an AI generated image from ChatGPT where I just turn around and say, can you please create an image for this blog? And that's the only instructions it got. And it comes up with the ones that you see coming out on the blogs. And I'm just sort of like, well, that works. And sometimes I have to go back and make a minor change. Sometimes I don't. So yes. So disappointment from unrealistic expectations. Set your expectations at a level that allows for corrections to come in, instead of going, oh, this is going to be perfect, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to be perfect. Clear workflows make AI effective. Like if you've got the standard operating procedures, and then it even turned around to me and said, would you like me to create the workflows for the standard operating procedures? I was hesitant and said no, because sometimes it puts in unrealistic expectations. It puts them in there. But I haven't said yes to it yet, because I just needed the standard operating procedures to be done, so that we can move forward with the project we're moving forward that you guys will hear about tomorrow night. So clear workflows make AI very effective. If you've got a workflow that you're working with and you say, here is the workflow, ChatGPT will go in there and go, and go, yep, that works. Might I make here's this works because this is why this works. Then it puts slight adjustments, slight suggestions for changes, something like that. And then it gives you a list of things that it thinks might snare up your workflow. So putting a workflow into AI and saying, hey, can you proof this for me, is good, because it will tell you if it'll work, and then it comes back and tells you why it won't work. But if you give it a workflow, this is the steps we need to do each week, it will go through those steps for you. You can set up GPTs to work through those workflows. Like, we give you this concept here, I then want you to do this. When that's completed, I want you to do this. And it could be that you make it pause in between each thing, so you can go and read what it wants to do, and then turn around and say, yes, you can publish that. No, you can't publish that. AI works best inside systems. Absolutely. Now, there are times when systems get blown out of the water a little bit when you're brainstorming, but that's okay, because it's a brainstorming session. But if you want it to do work for you, it works best inside a system. You turn around and say, this is the system we're using. Here is what I need to be able to do. Can you tell me how to do this? Like, I work in Go High Level for my CRM. And there's times I go in there, okay, I need to put this to Go High Level. How do I do that? and it will give me a step-by-step guide because it knows go high level, and it will give me a step-by-step guide. But there's times when we've done a lot of backwards and forwarding because it's like, this is not there. Where do I go to do this? And it might say, oh, you're in the wrong section. You need to be in this section. I'm like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. And so, but it works best when it's inside systems. When you've got a system set up on how you want something done, it will go through each step for you, and it makes it so much easier. So it all matters because expectations are clear, frustration drops, and results improve. So if you manage your expectations to what the system can do, and when you've been working with one of the AI programs for a while, you will get to know how it works, and the fact of what instructions do I need to give it and what instructions can I leave out. But the clearer you are with everything, the more responsive AI is going to be to give you the product that you expect at the end, or whatever it is you expect. Whether it creates the workflow, it creates the systems, standard operating procedures, it writes an email for you, it creates social media posts. The clearer the information you give it, the better the product it's going to turn out at the end. So when expectations are clear, frustration drops and results improve. So your practical takeaway is define what AI will and will not handle in your workflow. And if you want help building realistic AI systems, send us a private message, and make sure that you tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, because we are going to have something that's going to, we're changing things up a little bit. Okay. So your closing thought for today is AI works best when expectations are realistic. Keep your expectations realistic. Don't just think because you've now got AI, it's going to create all this wonderful stuff for you and you expect to do it right the first time. If your prompts are not clear and concise and exactly what you need, then it's going to produce based on your input. So it's going to produce what you input. The clearer your instructions can be, the better product it's going to turn out for you. So remember that when you're creating a prompt, what is it exactly I want it to do? And describe what you want, but describe the end product. This is how I see it. And it will go through and create the thing. Read through everything first. You may have to do some tweaks with it, and backwards and forwards a little bit to get the right product. But as you refine the process of giving AI and the prompts and everything else, you will get better and better and better at using some great prompts. Now, there are times I go in there and give a very detailed prompt. Like there was one time I had some notes, and so I just sat there, turned the microphone on, and read all of my notes into ChatGPT. It then went through it and organized it, and came back with its suggestions. And from there, we started this brainstorming session. And then there's times that with the Platinum Inner Circle, the mastermind group I belong to, I needed a logo for the open office that I did. So I just went and said, can you please create a logo for the Platinum Inner Circle open office? I gave it no other instructions. That's all I gave it. And it came up with this amazing prompt. And I thought, well, this is really cool. And then I told it to create a logo for the Platinum Inner Circle, and this was the tagline for it. And it turned out something very similar to what I have for open office, but it had the tagline there instead of the open office on there, and it looks fantastic. It looks amazing, and it was just giving it very simple instructions with no direction on design or anything. I just put in what the name of the mastermind was, and I wanted the open office, and it came back with this really cool logo. So that was pretty cool. And there's times that you can just put in just a very simple sentence, and it seems like it produces magic. But it will produce exactly what you ask for. Sometimes it hits the nail on the head. Sometimes it misses. Sometimes you've got to realign the hammer with the nail. That's what you have to do sometimes. Anyway, enough of that. I am out of here. And again, sorry this was early, but I'm going to go spend some time the rest of the day with my parents, and didn't want to interrupt that with having to do the podcast. So I thought I'd jump on early and get this done. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening for a very special edition of the podcast. And we're going to have Tessa Ekholm on here, who is my business partner and a very dear friend. So we're going to be on here, and we've got a great announcement for you guys. And so tune in 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow evening, which will be Sunday night for those in the US, Monday afternoon for those in New Zealand. And we will catch you then. Hei konara.